Hey there folks, Riche here to give you a different sort of video today. I've been asked to do this several times by a few different people, and I thought, why not? I'll give it a shot. I'll be doing a reading from my book today, Scaring Charlotte County. This came out about a year ago, and I figured it was time that I share some of the goods, if you will, give you a little bit of a preview. I am actually working on an ebook version of this right now, so this is sort of along the same lines. You just get a little visual with it, I guess. So I'll do probably about 3 of these videos. I'll look at 3 little stories from the inside. This one is about a Peeping Tom ghost, and the other one will be about a hotel, and the other one will be kind of a spooky figure in a house. Sort of along the lines of what this is. Now, Scaring Charlotte County, for those of you who are not familiar with my work, is a collection of paranormal stories. This is published through my company TFR Books, a division of Riche Studios. And it's about, how many pages is it? It's right around 90 or so pages of, once again, true paranormal stories. This is ghosts, UFOs, strange little mysterious happenings and such. Basically just tales of the unexplained from the local area. So, without further ado, this is a 3-page story from the Le Pro section, Le Pro, New Brunswick, Canada. And this is Peeping Tom. This is an interesting story. I loved hearing this one, writing it. So, here we go. Peeping Tom. When your kids go out to play, you can't help but worry. What if some vicious dog is loose? What if some stranger comes by? But after the following occurrence in Le Pro, we now must ask ourselves another question. What if there are spirits about? I have had the privilege of hearing a tale about a girl and her brother in this area who got more than a few laughs on their trampoline. Trampolines are fun, aren't they? Come on. The girl in question, Rebecca, and her brother were enjoying themselves, playing on their backyard trampoline. Suddenly, they spotted someone running at a fairly decent pace through the surrounding woods. Startled, they ran to their house and hid inside. After some time, they took a peek outside, hoping nobody was there. But unfortunately, their hopes would soon fall. Right in front of them, in plain sight, someone was standing there facing the house. Rebecca remembered, it was just us. We were home alone. But the story didn't end there. One summer, a couple years back, Rebecca was on her way to relax outside and read a book on her back deck. As she took the bend around the corner of her house, she saw, once again, a black figure running quickly through the surrounding woods. Rebecca stated that it was human-shaped, but on all 4s. It was like a human crawling, she says. The crawling figure is not a new sight around Rebecca's household. A few years ago, she was lying down in her bedroom. To her surprise, a black figure crawled past her door on all 4s and was not too slow in the process. Now, these black figures are not at all uncommon in the paranormal world. They are referred to as shadow people. And it is not a surprise that Rebecca saw this in her bedroom. Shadow people usually appear in bedrooms, especially when the witness has had little sleep or is in sleep paralysis. We'll come back to that in a second. They are often accounted for as looking over a sleeping person as well, which has prompted many to sleep completely under the covers, as in at the head of your bed, looking right over you, right over your head on the pillow. Isn't that crazy? Now, sleep paralysis. Let's just touch on this for a second. Sleep paralysis is when the body shuts down any motion during the REM stage of sleep, so you do not have to act out your dreams physically. So if you're running in your dream, you won't be running and kicking your covers around. And if you're sleeping with a significant other, you may give them a bruised leg. So sleep paralysis takes care of that. But if you wake up in the middle of sleep paralysis, it is the freakiest thing. I just had a story recounted to me about that. I'm not going to share it here though. That'll go in a future book. You'll have to stay tuned for that. Now, back to the story. Okay. Shadow people are believed by some to be a very diverse group. Some people claim they are somewhat evil and wish to cause harm, but another acceptable explanation is that it is merely a ghost who couldn't show themselves in detail. Now, most ghosts need a supply of energy which they use to show themselves. This can be either electrical, physical, or emotional. Rebecca even had a tale that furthers this. Now, she claims that one time she and her brother were watching horror films on TV late into the night. Do horror films scare you? They don't scare me for some reason. Maybe it's because of these stories. In one such film, an actor said, "If there's anyone here, please make a sound." Now, just then, as soon as the actor said that, an alarm clock in the next room of Rebecca's house burst into ringing. Shocked, Rebecca and her brother both got up and went to investigate. It soon stopped, but it should never have rang in the first place, as it had been unplugged and stowed away into the closet a few days earlier. So how did this all start? How did it start into an alarm call? We know it must have been a ghost, because the spirit most likely used the energy from the high amount of fear and emotion placed upon the two kids by the horror movies, and maybe in part from the TV's electrical current to cause this sort of ruckus. Now, this could just be a battery backup, but this is in doubt, as it went off around midnight as soon as the actor posed the question to make a sound. But there's even more to it. Rebecca is not alone here. There are countless reports of people's alarm clocks or radios going off with no power source. In one incident, the owner of the clock took its battery out, but that didn't stop it. The clock, a radio alarm clock, even switched stations by itself while playing unplugged, again without a battery. Apparently the ghost was very picky when choosing music. So that is the story Peeping Tom from the La Prose section of my book, Scaring Charlotte County. There are dozens upon dozens of freaky, weird stories like this in this book, and I certainly hope you check it out. It is available on Amazon.com, Amazon.ca, and I can't remember the link, but the UK's version of Amazon as well. I believe all those are for print, and if you want to get it on Kindle, it's available worldwide, and is fully licensed for libraries, bookstores, and everything like that. So go to Amazon, check it out if you would be so kind, and I very much so appreciate you taking the time to hear this video, and I hope maybe you learned something and were very intrigued. Until next time, like I said, I plan to do a couple more readings. Riche here saying, I don't know, have a good day or something.